First of all, it is a great honor and privilege to be here at Harvard, to be among so many gracious luminaries, and to be a representative of Be Me. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about my journey with Be Me, but I'm going to tell it to you in the reverse sequence of accomplishments. First of all, I'm a very, very proud black man, and I emphasize that point. I'm also a very optimistic and hopeful black man, and I'm going to illustrate why. March the 20th, I received a standing ovation at TED's 30th conference. Y'all can applaud that. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Trust me, it's not easy to do. January, I started teaching at the University of Michigan. And I know we got the Morehouse and all the special guys here. Y'all can applaud that as well. This fall, I was nominated for TED, for the TED Prize. It's $1 million prize, global prize. I was one of the 20 finalists. Obviously, I didn't win, because otherwise I'd be dressed like Sean Dove. Going back a little further, last year, I received a fellowship at MIT Media Lab. I know we're on Harvard campus and there might be a little tension there, but I'm here in Boston all the time. Take it back a little further, 2011, I received the first inaugural Be Me Leadership Award. Before all these accomplishments, I had walked out of prison for the first time after serving 19 years of my life. So it was like exactly about 1.5 years after I walked out of prison that I received the Be Me Leadership Award for the work that I started doing when I came home. Yeah. During my 19 years in prison, I went through every phase of it. Served a total of 7.5 years of solitary confinement, but the one thing that was consistent was inspiring words from black men. Malcolm X, Mandela, they were kind of like my conscience. So while I was thugging it out on the yard, I had Malcolm on one shoulder, like, bro, you can be something, you can do something. And I began to develop this idea that there was no limit to what I would accomplish or could accomplish if I was ever released from prison. And I started working, grinding, assessing, analyzing. And so I started writing. I didn't know how I was going to get my work published, but what Malcolm told me is that if you want to do it, you can make it happen. So I saved the money I earned in prison and started my own publishing company. Before I got released, they sued me because I started my own publishing company. That was a great excuse for me to go back to my former lifestyle. Went to the parole board 3 times, got denied the first 2 times. Great excuse to give up. Got out of prison, started selling books out of the trunk of a little Honda Civic. I ain't had no money, nobody would employ me, grinded out. A lot of rejection came with that. Great excuses to go back. But instead, I forged ahead and I used my experience to mentor kids in the community. As a result of that, people in my community was like, hey, you heard about this Be Me Leadership Award? I don't know nothing about that. You know, I was just getting connected to technology and social media, and I was coming out of a cave-like existence. But I continued to hear this in my community. We nominated you for this award. We nominated you for this award. And then when I looked into it, it said, if you can do anything in the world, what would you do if you was to win this award? And I was like, man, I would do the ideal mentoring program that I always dreamed of. And I put it in the universe and let it go because honestly, I felt like I would continue to be judged for my past. That nobody else give me an opportunity to give me a break. And so when it was announced that I was a Be Me Leadership Award winner, it was one of the proudest moments in my life. And it came with a pretty decent grant at that time, considering I had just came home, driving that little Honda Civic. But more importantly, it connected me to opportunities for me to be my true self, for people to see the value in me as opposed to hold me hostage to my past. And that's the legacy that Be Me represents. And the great thing is that I'm not the only brother. We have 70 leaders that come from all facets of life. like Clement Brown, who's a local designer, who he actually bought his own shop right in the hood, and he teaches kids how to design clothes. Got another brother named Eddie Connor, got diagnosed with cancer at 15 years old, and right now he teaches boys how to utilize literature to advance the cause. Everyday brothers. Though my story may seem extraordinary, I'm one of the most ordinary guys you're ever gonna meet. I'm actually kind of ghetto, really. But I say all that to say this is that we limit ourselves when we allow other people to define who we are and what we're capable of. People always ask me, they're like, bro, how did you go and accomplish so many things? Because I didn't set no cap on what I was capable of doing. Like my mission is when I mentor kids, I dare somebody to tell me that they can out-hustle me. Can't be done. You know what I'm saying? And if you can do it, I'm just going to go that much harder. So that's the type of men that's in the Be Me Network. Great brothers, humble brothers, go-getters, brothers whose budget started off with hope and love. You know, the work that we do in our community, we don't look for nobody to come rescue us. We don't look for nobody to come bring us no cash. We get out and make it happen. And it's fortunate and it's a blessing when we do have organizations that step up to the plate and make those things happen. But trust me, we're going to make it happen anyway because there's no budget greater than love and hope. Peace, y'all.